Okay, so I want to talk about something a little bit controversial, since you are a consultant to this new record label which is getting into the entertainment scene. And prior to the coming of the Dark Continent label, there has been a lot of controversy because a lot of people feel like, anyway, a lot of artists have left record labels and said these record labels took advantage of them. They felt like they put in more than the record label gave, and they felt like they were the record label was making money off them, but they were not getting any benefit from the work they were putting in, and the record label was not helping them get to their finishing point, but then they were eating from the profit they made from that. So there's a lot about that, and some people also feel like people start record labels and don't know all the things necessary, the elements necessary to make it successful, and the record labels end up just taking advantage of the artists. So I just want to know, for the Dark Continent level, what is different? Knowing all of this that's happening, what is different?
Anyhow, like, I think it's like I said, at the beginning, that the Cameroonian industry is still growing, because these stories are not new to the industry. Maybe lots of them are new to the Cameroon industry, but they're not new to the global music industry. Yeah, a record label will screw over an artist. Be very careful. Watch your back. This is a truism, as true as anything. Anybody should know that, and it's unfortunate. On a personal level, I feel it's kind of unfortunate that that mentality comes into our culture, because that's where you have artists who, especially in Cameroon, who would not imagine that they're going to be screwed over by their record label, right? But they're going to be, because we have our community is a lot more close knit than what I call a purely capitalistic society like America, But that aside, it's normal. It's always going to be a battle between the artist and the record label. If again, the pursuit is a pursuit of money, then you're going to have a battle. I think with Dark Kontinent, we were very, very lucky that an artist like Wanshe accepted to work with us, because Wanshe is somebody who he sees the very big picture, and he understands that he himself is one component in a much larger game, he's maybe the core component, his music, his brand. That's the thing that's driving anything. But he understands that he has a role to play, and other people have a role to play. And knowing that outlook, he's been steadily building his brand, building his catalog, building his game plan. Really, he's been doing that very steadily and carefully, and to know what the expectation should be. One thing that we're doing when we meet an artist is, even with Wanshe, we spent several months talking to him before we decided to get into anything. But just spent a lot of time laying out the game, talking about the game, making sure that we vibe just on a personal level. Like Wanshe is like, he's like a brother to me now. Wanshe, I can show up at his place. He can show up at my place anytime. It's we have this kind of complicity, and we've spoken about the entire plan. We've been very transparent about it. What's the first thing we're going to do? What's the second thing we're going to do? When are we going to do it? How much are we going to spend? How much are we expecting? When are we expecting? We've spoken about all these financial expectations, and just that transparency, I guess. And he's able to see all financial records of everything that we do. We're not hiding anything from him. So just that transparency, there's little we can do to really screw it over and say, here are the finances, here's everything we're spending on your project, you can see it. And this is, first of all, just what we spoke about in the beginning. We've planned it all, we're starting here, we're going there. Now, we don't know how successful this project is going to be, but we know that we are going to be able to do X, Y, and Z. And this is your contract, because we don't really have a contract. We've actually have something new called a Jangi deal, but that aside is like this is your agreement. This is what you're going to do, and then we'll see how that goes when we do that. And it's really between us, isn't it? We don't even have conversations about money anymore. We sorted out all of that out in the beginning. Now we just talk about what we're going to create next, and where we're going to go next, and who we're going to meet next, what we're going to do next. Money's not a problem because we have sorted that out. So I think I'm trying to answer your question properly. Like, what is different? What is different is just that we are we're out to make music because of music's sake. You know, we're out to promote the culture. We have no competition in Cameroon. We're not competing with anybody. You know, we're finding artists that are trying to do exactly what we're trying to do, and we're trying to work with them. You know, and in Wanche's case, like I said, very fortunate to find him as the first artist that we're working with to you know, to just to try and build things up, and that's how we hope to continue.